something happens to you now, no one will know until tomorrow morning. Noah immediately asks in terror what he means by this. Fenric reveals a dangerous smile, then indicates he's just making a little joke. I mean, with so many treasures here, thieves might be tempted, so you should be careful. With his fear eased, Noah continues introducing various collections in the warehouse. At this moment, Fenric looks toward a large door. Suddenly, he actually sees scenes that shouldn't be there. You're so beautiful, Prisepe. I want to make you into a specimen and preserve you forever. No! Let me out! Please let me out! Thus, Fenric's gaze toward Noah suddenly fills with killing intent. Meanwhile, Prisepe worries about the upcoming plot developments. The second event begins with a letter. After the celebration banquet, the remnants of the former prince faction that Dietrich expelled will be captured. But a letter is found on them. After Dietrich reads the letter, he immediately shows an extremely angry expression and directly orders Prisepe to be brought to the palace for interrogation, and furiously asks her whether what's mentioned in the letter is true, because the letter mentions that every year on Dietrich's mother's memorial day he goes to the grave. It is very private information that only Dietrich and Prisepe know. Although Prisepe has no idea why the second prince's remnants would know, she's still thrown into prison in the end. So she's currently worried about what to do next, but she's looked at all the parts the system allows her to view and hasn't found any particularly useful information. At this moment, one piece of information catches her attention. She notices there's a church, which is a landmark that never appeared before. Originally, she wanted to study it carefully, but is interrupted by Ella's sudden arrival. She informs Prisepe that someone wants to see her. The person is Fenric. He tells her that Prince Atar's guards took Atar's remains back to the Thane Empire, and this matter is now closed. But the murderer still hasn't been identified. Prisepe is also puzzled about who the murderer is. Then she asks Fenric about his purpose for coming, saying that if he wants to know more about the case, she's already told Dietrich everything. Fenric doesn't indicate his intention. He just drinks tea on his own. Then he suddenly asks, "Lady Prisepe, is this tea your favorite?" Prisepe is stunned at his words, then blushes because it's a very cheap tea that doesn't suit noble. But Fenric says the tea is with a delightful aroma, and he really likes it. Getting an unexpected answer, Prisepe tilts her head and stares at him blankly. After that, Fenric mentions that in a few days there will be a festival in the city center. On that day, the streets will be hung with flags. Merchants from various countries will gather and celebrate abundance together with music. The flower-adorned flags are worth seeing. I'm sure Lady Prisepe would enjoy it. However, although Prisepe feels a bit expectant, she's more regretful because she simply cannot leave this place. Well, that's not necessarily true. If life could only follow predetermined paths, wouldn't that be too boring? On the other side, Noah just opens the warehouse door, surprised to see a griffin specimen placed in the center of the hall. He looks around wondering who sent it. After all, no one around him would give him such a high-grade collectible. Suddenly, he thinks of one possibility. Could it be from Grand Duke Fenric? But aside from him, there's no one else. Noah reveals a contemptuous smile. Despite coming from humble beginnings, he does have a good eye. Seeing he even sent a scented candle, Noah can't help but feel smug. It's got quite a romantic touch. Getting more and more excited, he's immersed in his own pride, completely unaware that death is approaching. As the candle is lit, smoke has spread throughout the warehouse. The griffin specimen before his eyes also seems to come alive. Suddenly, it opens its eyes.